Boys and girls, a big hello from me and Nala. Today I wanted to show you the space where I've been spending most of my time for the last 2 or 3 weeks. It's behind this door, so let's go in. Boom. This is my home studio setup. So yeah, we're just going to go through things basically in a basic way and I'll show you what I've got. If you want me to go more in depth about certain things, just put a comment down below and I can make a video about those specific things. But I want to help you guys out through this video because I know these sorts of videos have helped me. So I guess we'll start with one of my favourite things in this room, which is the microphone, the Sontronics STC 3X. This is a very cool microphone. Sontronics are an awesome company. They've really helped and supported me. I'm not being paid to say this, but for the price, this is a very good microphone, and you can pick one up for about £200 or £300, I think. Down here I've got an iPad, which was a gift from someone in my church. Yeah, so I kind of use this for writing. I read my Bible on it a lot. I've got it attached here on this Hercules stand so I can have lyrics on it. Then if we turn over here, I've got the M-Audio Prokeys SONO 61. Now this is a new edition. I haven't used this one too much yet, so I can't really comment on it. As you can see, the keys are a bit yellow. This was also my brother's, which was gifted to him from somebody else. But yeah, I think it's a pretty awesome little keyboard, so I'll let you know how I get along with that, and in a moment I'll show you the one I was using before this. Then I've got this little remote, which I'll tell you more about this in a minute, but just remember this remote. I'm going to put it in my pocket. Then sustain pedal for keyboard, laptop charger. The keyboard is running out the back here. There's 3 cables. This one is for the sustain pedal that you just saw. This one is the MIDI cable. This MIDI cable runs all the way through to the Scarlett interface, which I'll speak about in a second. And then there's also a USB cable which powers this, and I was quite impressed because I love these extension leads from IKEA. And they've got 3 normal plug sockets on and then 2 USBs. I actually blew one of the USBs on this one, but this one still works. And this USB cable runs to the keyboard from under here and then back here, and where's the power? It powers the keyboard through that tiny USB thing, so that's pretty cool. Again, this is a new edition, so we'll see how we get along with this. Okay, so then we've got the Focusrite Scarlett, I'll zoom in there, Focusrite Scarlett 18i8, which is pretty good. Now, I don't know loads about interfaces, but I know that this one works for me. A couple things I really like about it. I think you can have 8 inputs on here, which is pretty nice. This wire here, you might be wondering what it is. That is just a headphone extender, and you can plug 2 headphones into here. And this is just basically a really long wire that goes from the headphone jack out, and it means that I can kind of move around, record different things, and the wire doesn't stop me while I'm using headphones. Tiny XLR cable there, I don't really know what that's doing there. Going to throw it over there, and that's pretty much that. So the MIDI cable from the keyboard runs into the back of this. I can control my speakers from here, my headphone level. I can even have 2 headphones, and I mainly use these 2 inputs at the moment. It's got phantom power, great interface. There's nothing on that shelf. In this drawer, if I slide that over, by the way, I've got my granddad's old table here because I just think it's pretty cool. And I'm using my other keyboard stand for something else, which I'll show you at the end of this video. Anyway, in here I've got my headphones. These are Bose and Wilkins FP something. These are absolutely great. A bit of a mess, but I've got the bag for the Sontronics microphone over here, and then I've got the a pop filter. I've got a couple of heads for different microphones, and then I've got like a harmonica, a random chain which you can make some cool sounds with, and then just a couple of other random bits. What's that back there? Okay, so that's just microphone bits mainly. Then in this drawer, this is pretty random, just a spare MIDI cable, a spare jack to XLR, spare power cable, for like a speaker or something. I've got some in-ear monitors down here. This is an archived notebook. Well, it's not archived, it's just full, so I need to go through it and see. I'm going to leave that out actually. So this is the case for the headphones. It's a pretty nice case, but as you can see, I've travelled around the world with these, so it's pretty tattered. I'd like to get some flat headphones for producing, but that's another story. Some blue tack, this stuff's legendary. This is a power adapter I bought in Japan, and this does any country, from any country in the world to any country in the world, so that's pretty blingy. And this is full of just random cables. These boxes are pretty good. Down here, I won't go into it too much, but let me turn the light on. This is the, does that help? No, it makes it worse. This is my pedal board. It's a beautiful wooden pedal board from Ruach Music. I'll put a link to them below, or I'll put their Instagram on the screen. They are great. I've got the Line 6 HX Stomp, the Nunabur Immerse, and the Avalanche Run. If you want a video of me going into them a bit more, then tell me. Oh, this is quite cool. Well, first of all, down here, I had this hook, but it wouldn't stay on, so I put loads of gaffer tape around it. Oh, this is just an IKEA desk, by the way. Anyway, then I've got another hook with more gaff tape, because these were cheap hooks, and it's just got a jack cable on it for my guitar. And then this desk is pretty cool. It's got a wire bit, you can run things from down here. What else have we got? Obviously just an XLR coming out the mic. This is a couple more hooks on here. I've got a pop filter, which I attach onto here when I'm recording vocals. Power for the guitar stuff, the pedals. Then I've got a tuner for the guitars, which is just always here. So if I'm recording guitars and I want it to, you know, be in tune, obviously I can just tap this and not have to use the Logic one, because if I've got effects going through the instrument, it can, you know, alter that if I had chorus or something on. Okay, so tuner. Then I've got these, my speakers are YAMAHA HS 5s, and these stands look a bit overkill. I figured I've got room to upgrade to bigger speakers if I buy these stands. Another friend at church gifted me this beautiful keyboard, which I was using instead of that one over there. But this one's quite big. So if you've watched on my other videos, you'll know that my desk used to be here rather than here. So I had this one here before, and it works great, but it's just a little bit big. So this one is now here just for when I want to quickly power it on. I've got it running through a Roland Street Cube, turn that on, and quickly, you know, just play an idea that's just popped into my head. So this is the creative, impulsive keyboard that I can just run to, and this is the keyboard that only works when I've got sounds going through it from my computer, when all of this stuff is plugged in. I'm actually going to turn this. It's a box I picked up from Lidl. It's just a cassette box, and it kind of went with my colour scheme, which I'm working on. Then I've got some strings and guitar bits in here really. Then I'm going to turn this off because it's been making a crazy noise. Back here we've got some wiring, but most of the wiring, as you can see, is running under this rug, and this is just a big IKEA rug, IKEA chair. Got a lamp in the corner here, which is also IKEA, I think. My brother gave that to me. Classical guitar here, which I want to start working on. I'm going to restring it, open my box. I just need to order some classical strings because I've only got steel one. The other speaker, obviously, the other stand. Where does that leave us? This thing. So, as you can see down here, there's a few plugs. And on these plugs here, there's these big white box things. So these are receivers for this remote. So what do I have linked up to this remote? Number one is that light down there, which lights up my pedal board, because when my studio's in night mode, as I like to call it, which I'll show you shortly, I need to be able to see the pedals and quickly press them and adjust the settings if I need to. And then this turns it off. Then I've also got my speakers on these remotes as well, which is pretty helpful. So I'd really recommend these, to be honest, especially for lights. You know, if you've got a lot of lamps in your room. I love ambient lighting, and I don't really like using this big light. I don't really like using a big light. But let me know if that's bad for the speakers to be using them on here, because I'm not too sure. It's very fun though. You feel extremely powerful. Okay, then I've got on this box, I've got a note on a rock that my girlfriend gave me, very nice. I've got the HX Stomp box just to raise the monitor up. This is a Samsung monitor. I don't know what it's called. DTV monitor, that might help someone. And then this just mirrors, at the moment it mirrors what my laptop's doing. Then I've got an Apple Trackpad, which is actually, well, essentially what I need to do is buy a keyboard so that I can move my laptop, put that over there and have a separate screen, and then I can use the trackpad and the keyboard, I mean this keyboard, not this keyboard, for working from. But I don't have a keyboard, so I'm using this trackpad and this keyboard, which is kind of weird. But you can see there, Tim Newman. I'm not going to tell you my password. Then last thing I've got here is a hard drive. This has some of my plugins and sounds and things on it that I use for recording. I took it away because it looks better without the wires, but I tend to have my charger plugged into here, and I've got the longer charger that runs over to there, and then I'll have my USB going from the Scarlett down here, running around the back there with all of those other cables to my laptop here. And then I am running, let's see if we can get it up. There we go, it's coming. Dum da da dum da da dum da da dum dum dum. File open recent. All I want new. I'm running Logic Pro X, and I'll play you a little snippet of something quickly. Because some of my samples are on the hard drive and the hard drive's not plugged in, it's trying to find them and it can't. But this is what it sounds like anyway. Oh, the speakers aren't on. This is where the remote's handy. So we should get sound. Hello, computer. I figured it out, so here's what I'm working on. Just some nice acoustic guitar and a subby kick. Bit of piano. Bit of like a rim shot kind of thing. Some dramatic, cinematic drums. Oh, I suppose I could show you this. I've got my guitars back here, just hanging out basically, and then I've also got another stand which say I'm working over here, and I need a guitar next to me to, you know, hop on and off. Then I can put a guitar stand here or here and just keep, you know, grabbing it. I think when you're in a creative mode, it's all about the ease of use and just being able to grab things or click things and just be able to do it. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new, I would really encourage you to subscribe, because you're going to be seeing lots of content in this period, because I'm here a lot, working a lot. I would love to see your face again. I'd love to see your comments. Let me know what you think. If there's anything you wanted to know more about, if you wanted to hear more about the guitar pedals or anything, I know people like them, then just put a comment down below and I will try my best to do it. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Turn your notifications on, click the bell, put all of them on, and I'll see you soon. If you want to check me out on other platforms, there's all the links and names and tags and stuff below, so just check me out. I'd love to connect with you. Thank you, have a great day. God bless you. Goodbye.